Conor McGregor's reign as a two-division champion simultaneously lasted all of 14 days this past Saturday on the UFC Fight Night 101 broadcast in Australia. They said that the word they used was Conor McGregor relinquished the featherweight championship. I wonder really what the definition of relinquish is in Conor McGregor's dictionary, because I don't see Conor McGregor as being the guy who, said, hey, UFC, here you go, take this belt. You can have it back now. I've had it for 14 days.
Yeah, me neither. It's weird because he talks so much. You would think, you would expect that he would say something himself. But, you never know what's in the plan. And God knows, but maybe he says, okay, yes, I give it up. I never lost it, and I want to reclaim it later in life. Although I don't think that he can fight at 145 anymore. I think the weight class is too light for him.
Taking, not relinquishing, taking the UFC Featherweight Championship away from Conor McGregor, making Jose Aldo, who is he fighting? Is he not fighting in Brazil? He's now the official UFC Featherweight Champion without lifting a finger. And now the UFC has decreed that Holloway versus Pettis is going to be for the interim featherweight title.
It's weird, yeah, because if you really think about it, McGregor never lost a title, right? Aldo is suddenly the new champ because he was the interim champ, but now he cannot revenge his loss as well. And I thought the winner between, like you said, Holloway and Pettis, they should fight McGregor. And if Holloway would have won, he would have loved to, revenge his loss against McGregor as well. That is gone now as well. So everything blows up, kind of, in the faces of all these fighters.
Yeah, again, the fact that the UFC allowed Conor McGregor to make history at Madison Square Garden at UFC 205, becoming the first fighter inside the octagon to win two titles in two different weight classes and hold those belts simultaneously again for just 2 weeks, shows the power of Conor McGregor. Now I think the UFC is trying to take some of that power back, and he's been holding the featherweight division hostage. And
Yep.
What about the optics now? You look at Jose Aldo, dominant champion, one of the best ever, but he was knocked out in 13 seconds by McGregor. So the new UFC featherweight champion is a guy who, lost to the guy who just had the title taken away from him in just 13 seconds. Again, boss, I'm not a fan of interim titles. Are you a fan of an interim title? Do you,
no,
as a fighter, do you want this, here's a belt, but it's not the real belt?
Yeah, no, it makes no sense. It only counts when you have the interim title and then you actually win the real title afterwards. And then you want to defend it as well, right? Everybody, that's what all the other fighters say. You can win a belt, but it's about defending the belt. And can you do that? An interim, it doesn't even pop up in my head. I can understand why they do it, because there's still a title fight, but it's not a real title fight. Yeah, so no, I never could see that. Holloway and Pettis, any of those fighters would be a great fight though against Aldo. That's the one thing I do look forward to because they're all great strikers.